Good day, guys. How you guys doing today? Today we're gonna be installing air suspension on my R34 Skyline GTT wide body. The reason I'm doing this is because the car's way too low and the suspension's all the way maxed up. So I'll show you guys how low I am even with the suspension all the way maxed up. All right, so this is the rear. As you can see, there's no problem here, everything's good. But as soon as you come up front, the gap here is good. You can fit your fingers on there. But over here, because of the lips, I got 3 lips, or 2 lips. I got 2 lips, so it's like you can barely fit your foot on there. I can just fit my foot on there. And then these shoes are really thin, so yeah. So we're gonna put air suspension on this thing so that we can avoid cracking our beautiful lips. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. All right, first component will be the airlift tank, part number 11955. And we're gonna open this and then we're gonna see where we're gonna mount it back here. I have a few ideas, so let me share those with you. All right, so I was thinking of actually mounting it up like this on here, or do the same thing as I did with the S15, just mount it on this side where the battery is right here, move the battery to another location. So let's see what happens, guys. So let's just get it, let's just start working and get it. Stay tuned, make sure you like, subscribe. All right, first thing, I'm gonna start removing all these boxes back here. I don't need them anymore because I have a new ECU, and this one I think controls the all-wheel steering, and this controls the ABS unit, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see how by disconnecting this, if we get rid of some lights and stuff. All right, so both modules are disconnected, and my lights used to be on here. And you guys remember these lights over here? Now they're gone. Now I have no lights, so that's just clean now. So now I'm gonna have to remove the back seats on this and get, remove all those modules and stuff. So stay tuned, guys. All right, to remove the back seats, you have one bolt there and one on the other side, and they're 12 mil. So let's get them off. Come on. Two. And now we should be able to lift this out. Yeah. Or maybe there's bolts over here, hold on. Nope, this dropped me right out. I haven't taken this thing apart in a while, so sorry guys if I don't remember. I forgot a step, guys. So first we're gonna check if our suspension for our Nissan Skyline GTR, well, in this case the GTT, but it should fit. Let's check the bags and all that to see. Actually, I got these from FB Suspensions. They're out of Jersey, so they hooked me up with the bags because I called what's that place called, Bag Riders, about this suspension. And for some of you guys that don't know, the fronts are different than the backs. So the backs are this style with the socket like that, and the front ones are fork style like this. So that's the difference, and we have the right suspension now that we checked. But if you guys want to give these guys a follow, it's FA Suspensions and so all socials. So now that we have checked the system, the bags and all that are good, now we're going to continue removing the back seat. Let's get it. All right, for the back ones, they have a bolt there and a bolt here, and those are 10 mils. Let's remove those. Once those bolts are removed, this is freely. Now let's take it out. All right, guys, with the seats removed, now we access that plate back there, and that's the last thing we have to remove so that we can see through the trunk. So let's get that, and that's a few 10 mils that need to be removed. So let's get it. That plate is out. I actually had coated it, painted it, because it didn't look right before. And all this, you guys saw my last video back in 2020 where I undercoated the whole interior of the car. So that's why it's black in here. And this is black. And your car might look like a regular piece of metal, non-painted. So now, with that being, now we're gonna remove all those brackets that are holding our modules back here for the ABS and all-wheel steering. I forgot what it was called, ECT or something like that. But let's take that off now. All right, to remove those, we have a couple bolts here. I'll take off 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then that should get that all loosened up, ready to come out. Boom, there you go. Now we gotta remove this other module. I don't know what this is for, but I'm gonna leave that hooked up because I don't know what it's for. And then that one, all we gotta do is take off this bolt. That one's bigger. Huh. All right, this one and this one. Oh, I think that one doesn't come out actually. No, there you go. She's all hooked. All right, let's keep going, guys. All right, guys, so this module is the fuel pump module, and then the other one, this little one over here, this is the noise cancellation module or something, suppressor they call it. It's for the sound for the back, so I'm just leave those in there, tuck them back there. That one I bolted down up there, show you guys where I bolted. So it's the nuts that were bolted on, I used them and bolted them to there. I already had holes that I was able to mount it on there. So next, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I put this piece of wood over here, and the tank's gonna go right here. That's where it's gonna go. I'm not gonna try to mount it anywhere else. It looks good right there. I can still put groceries over here. I'm gonna put the compressors on each side, and I'm gonna cover all this up with more wood. I'm gonna use a couple more pieces to make like a housing around this whole thing and see how it comes out. So yeah, let's keep getting it. Let's keep getting it. All right, guys, next I'm gonna make a piece of wood to go here and here. What I did is I mocked up a piece of cardboard and cut it out and then traced it over here. So now we're going to cut it with this saw right here. So let's get it. All right, so that's how it's looking. It fit pretty good. Now let's make the other side. All right, so I cut the other side. It's looking good. So this is just gonna be over here. It's gonna sit right in there. Battery cap, whatever you want to call it. This should go in there. There you go, just like that. So now I'm gonna keep going. I don't know if I should do rug back here or do a design. So let's see how it goes, guys. All right, guys, it's getting late out. Well, I'm about to paint the wood to make it black. This is what I recommend if you have no money. like right now, I have no money to keep putting to this car. Recession, so we gotta paint it. So let's get it. All right, so she is painted. Now just gonna let it dry, and we're gonna put her in the trunk, start working on it. Let's get it. All right, Rayma's here today. Say hi. We're continuing on this project. So all the wood is dried up already, as you guys can see, and it came out pretty good. So our trunk is gonna look like this. So now I think we're going to try to fit the controller in. That's my next thing, because I want to make sure everything's just there and then install everything at the end. So what we're gonna do, we're going to we're going to take this coin holder or ashtray, whatever you guys want to call it. We're going to take that out, and we're going to make the controller go there. So stay tuned. All right, so remove that bolt, and then put the e-brake up, and this thing pops right out, and then disconnect those two connectors. All right, so now let's get this all out. There she is. And what? That thing fits perfect in there, guys. Whoa, that is sick. That is just sick. So I'll probably put it in like this way, so I can have the wire that hooks up on it come through the back here, make a little hole there or something. But yeah, it's gonna work. So hyped, so hyped. So that's how I'm gonna mount that. Now let's see if we can start setting up the trunk here with the painted parts, so we can actually drill the holes and all that. So let's get that done next. We're gonna drill the holes for the mounting places where all these boards are gonna go, and actually the tank where it's gonna sit here that we had already sitting in there. So let's put it on here real quick to see how it's gonna look. That's on, and I think it's gonna look really, really good with that black wood. So let's get it, guys. Let's get it. So excited. All right, so first we're gonna remove this cigarette lighter thingy. You just push it out, clean all that up. Kind of want to paint this black, because everything else is black in there. So I might even I'll leave it alone for now. Once I paint the car, we'll see what happens. But for now, let's just keep it like this. Maybe carbon fiber one later on. But for now, like I said, let's drill that hole and continue with this install. All right, so I marked it here. I'm gonna show you guys. Boom. Marked it right there to drill the little hole so we can feed that wire through. So let me get my drill and start drilling. All right, so we're able to feed the wire through there, and we're going to try putting the thing on there now. So that we can see how it's gonna mount. So the way it mounts is this way. So you just slide it on there like this, and then you pretty much slide it in there like that till it clicks, and then Mount it like that, and bada bing, bada boom. The controller is in. I'm gonna have to make something here for this gap, but we don't have to. Actually, we'll see what happens, guys. But yeah, that's how I'm gonna mount it right here. Like I said, I'm gonna put some double-sided tape back here, flush it up a little bit. But that's where the controller's gonna go. Pretty cool, huh? Let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going. All right, so today we're gonna be running the wires. So I'm gonna place the manifold up here, have the connector going there. I'm gonna mount this somewhere along here so that I can access it, maybe right here. We'll figure that out in a second. Also, this is for the compressor, I believe. So that will be one compressor. And then the wiring, it's just gonna go like, I'm just gonna wrap it around there, because the only thing that I need to go up is the controller here for the little controller up front. So I'm gonna run that too and get to it. So stay tuned, guys. All right, I lied about the one wire going through. So we also want to use that pink wire, which is the ignition wire that gives the, you know, when you turn on the key on the car, it turns the system on. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna remove the seats, the center console, because I gotta run the lines inside the car on this car, and then to get to the wheels, you know, the lines. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's why I'm removing the seats and all these trim pieces so I can run the lines. So stay tuned for that, guys. All right, so the seats and center console removed. Now time to run everything else. Let's get it. All right, so I ran the wires through that hole right there, down this way, underneath the carpet here, coming out here. Got the USB port here, and then I connected the signal wire to the cigarette lighter. I barely use that thing anyway, so that's why I chose that. And it's not that many voltage or anything, it's just 12 volts. It's just a signal wire, not crazy. So let's keep going. Now we're going to try to mount everything else, all the wiring, and then set up the tank and stuff like that. All right, so I mounted the fuse there, or relay here, and manifold right here, so we can actually be able to plug this in like that. Boom. And it looks pretty fresh, and then the lines are just gonna go that way. So we're getting there. I also put in the second this is the second harness for the second compressor. This is for the first compressor, second compressor. Then you hook them up together. They come with the butt connectors already on them. On here, we're gonna have to hook up the two red together and the two black together for the compressor. So yeah, let's keep going, guys. Let's set up the trunk over here and the compressors on the actual piece of wood here. Let's get it. Alright, so the compressors are mounted on there. I set the wires to go on here so you can't see them. and plug them in later on. I still gotta get the plugs for the other side, so I'm gonna make them so we can disconnect them. So the hoses are gonna go there and the other side. So now we're gonna set up the tank. We gotta put the little purge valve on here, and then put the other hose here, the other hose here, and I believe I'm gonna put the water trap right here so that the line that goes to the manifold goes there. Let's get it. All right, so we gotta use 1/8 fitting here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take that plug out. I'm gonna tighten it so it's like a slanted right there. So because if we put it like this, it's gonna get in the way of the back of the car right there. So we're gonna put it in an angle just like that, so that we can get the hose in there without any issues. There it is, guys. So you can actually move it around. It moves. So just tighten as much as you can, and then you can move it around. So next we're going to figure out where we're gonna put the filler nipple, I guess, what do you guys call it. So we gotta put this on and this piece to release air. So let's figure that out now. All right, now we're just gonna mount the tank back on here and start setting up everything else. Let's get it. So that's how it's looking. So let's keep going, guys. Next step is pretty much just put these in the trunk, get some wires, hook up the wires, and then run the lines from the compressor or from the tank to the manifold there, and then start installing the bags. Let's get it. One step closer. All right, now we're gonna be installing the actual suspension on the car. So stay tuned for that. We gotta remove the wheels and the old suspension, the old coilovers, and then we're gonna install the new suspension. Stay tuned, guys. There you go, she's up. Now let's remove our wheels and the suspension. Let's get it. All right, so we got the wheel off. Now we're gonna remove the nut right there. That's held right there at the bottom. And then at the top, we got 2 bolts. We gotta open the hood again. And then we're gonna go to the back and we're gonna do the same thing. Remove this bolt and nut on there, and then remove the one from the top. Let's get it. All right, it came out pretty good. There he is. And then we got the other one here, the one we took out. The coilover looks rough. That's what we're replacing this to. I don't know if this is gonna fit though. This has like a different thing than the other one. Let me check it out. Okay, So here's the new strut with the bag and everything. I think this is the wrong side. Let me see. No, we're good. We're gonna be able to get it in there. But we have to raise it up all the way. So the way you do it, you keep spinning it until you see threads through this hole, until you have some left, and then just tighten it up. That's what I'm gonna do in this case. It's pretty big. We're gonna have to pretty much just measure it with this one. So this way, I'm gonna put it this way. So I have it so I can barely see, show you guys. I can barely see the threads there. They're starting to come up, as you can see there. Just a couple last threads there. And then we're gonna just snug this down. And then we're gonna install it in the car. But first, we're going to put that the fitting on here. So let's do that next. And then I'll tighten this nut right here once it's in the car. Right there, it's pretty snug. Right, let's get it. All right, so I put the fitting this way because if I put it down or anything like that, it's just gonna get in the way. So once I mount it, it should have the fitting out that way. So let's mount it. All right, she's installed. This thing was a pain in the butt because we extended it so high, but we want the car high when we're driving. So also the fitting, I was able to put it there. So what I did to get it there, I loosened up the bolt, the nut right here a little bit so you can actually move the bag around, because once that's tight, it doesn't move around. And then I tighten that, and then I'm gonna tighten these bolts because I haven't done so. But yeah, that's about it. And then over here, I'm gonna run the air line through here, inside into the engine bay here, and then I'm gonna come out right here on the, I'm gonna make a little hole there so I can feed it, and then just put it over here and get it out the way of the wheel. So that's what I'm doing. Stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, so I ran the line through here like we were talking about. I'm just gonna get it out the way so it doesn't touch any of this stuff. So let's get it, and I ran it all along here, all the way back there into there, and the manifold there. I zip tied it all along there so it doesn't move. Let's get it. All right. So look how beautiful it came out right there. I put a little grommet here so it doesn't, you know, rub against the metal and break. I slid it through here too. So all this is out the way, you know. So the wheel's out the way. All this is out the way. So, and I also put back all the panels on this side. And we're looking fresh. So there you go. That's one line down, 3 to go. Let's get it. All right, I'm jumping around everywhere, but I got the electrical connectors done for the compressors right here. And then I wired up the manifold, or yeah, the manifold and the other compressors to the connectors here, the terminals for the battery. Next, I'm going to do the other front bag because I want to get this front done first, and then the back I'm gonna have to remove that piece on top where the speakers are and remove those seatbelt thingies there, retractors, so we can take out the struts. Let's get it. Second one's installed. This one was easier than the other one. I don't know why. But everything's tight. Make sure everything's snugged. And now we're gonna run that other line through this way into there and see how it goes. Let's get it. All right. So we're gonna try to fish it through this hole here, since I don't see any more holes. And then we're just gonna run the other hole over here, pop it in there. Let's get it. All right, second bag installed. Everything's tight. And there's the hose. And I put it through there. And then I ran it inside here, all the way down there to there. All right, for the back struts, I was able to remove the bolts just with a wrench. I didn't have to take the whole thing out. I just had to move that foam out the way. And then yeah, I took out the bolts. So now the suspension's hanging down, ready to come out. And we just got 17 bolt and nut at the bottom here at the knuckle. Take that off and then keep going. Let's get it. Took them off, and now I'm trying to find out where I'm gonna put the lines through. I think I'm just gonna drill a hole just like I did on the other car on the front of me. Going out this way or maybe this way. Let's see what happens, guys. All right, now I'm gonna be assembling the rear struts, put them together, you know, the little fitting on there. So stay tuned. All right, there you have it. They're all ready to go into the car. So I didn't tighten these all the way yet because I still have to figure out where the fitting here is gonna go. So let's get to that next. All right, now that we have our bag on, have the fitting facing this way. Now I'm gonna mark where the line's gonna go into. Let's get it. So pretty much just poke a hole there. That's where we're gonna. Fortunately, I can't get the drill in here. It's a tight spot, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to measure from this wall to here and then drill a hole from the inside. Let's get it. All right, so where I drilled it was over here because that's the only space where I have an opening. Back here, you can see right there the hole. So it is what it is, we'll make it work. So let's keep going, guys. Let's put the straw back on and start feeding the tubing. All right, so the line is ran. Has like that little like 45-degree angle here, and it goes into there. And then here, I ran it like that. Zip tied it here, zip tied it here, and ran it to the manifold. So now let's get the last bag in and tighten all this up. All right, guys, so last bag is in. So you can see, there you go, last bag's in. Everything's tight. Make sure you guys tighten all these rings here and put the bolts up there on the strut. The line was ran just like the other one into the manifold. So we have all of our air struts in. Now I'm gonna install the tank in the trunk and run the final line from the tank to the manifold. Get everything tightened up, check for leaks, and hopefully we'll be driving there soon. All right, so I plugged in everything there and there, the compressors. Now I'm gonna tape it all with some electrical tape and you know, mount everything. Actually got to run the line from there down there out here into the manifold. So alright, so now I got the hose going all the way to the manifold, and we're gonna try to put the controller in here. Plug this in, and let's get it. Alright, now we're gonna plug this John up and see what's good. Yeah, they're not too big. They're a little scratched up. Alright, let's see. So if nothing blows up. Hell no. We good right now. All right. Now we're gonna test it out. He's gonna
No clutch, right?
no clutches. Don't even start the car just till it turns on. One more. All right, so I heard nothing. Okay, what's going on? No power. This should turn on. All right, so I forgot to plug this in, and I'm gonna plug it in, and something should happen. Yep, we got power. This pump's on. This one's not on because we got to turn it on the app. All right, guys, so we got everything put back together, and then I'm gonna put the wheels back on and do the system set, and after that check for leaks. If no leaks, then we're gonna send it. Let's get it. All right, so the car has no air in the system right now, and it's up, I think. So we're gonna let it do this thing. You know, the manifold's gonna do its thing. We're gonna record it, and we're gonna see how low can it go, because it's already, I like it. Before it was like I couldn't, I could feel the bottom bumper or lip hitting my foot. Now I can't feel it. Like, I can fit probably two of my feet in there. So it is pretty high now. Hell yeah. Let's get it. Oh, yeah, this shit fresh. I don't know. I hope I can still lower it, but there's no need. We'll see right now. This is the adjustment part. I think that's as low as it goes. Not the back though, it should go down more. Just adjusting it. It's done. That to me is okay. Truck style, up, and we are up with the front, because that was our concern. Now we can drive above and beyond. Let's get it. Thank you guys for watching.